There's not many young athletes out there who are as determined as she is. She wants to be the dual Olympian. She wants to be the country's best gymnast. It's quite brash, almost arrogant from an Australian point of view. She would love to be a household name.
It's bad, you know.
When I'm competing, it's great fun when I'm competing. I find it real adrenaline rush. I don't know, you just get on a high. Becoming the national champion in the Olympic year has been really important to me, and I think it really has given my confidence a big boost.
She's going for the double-double. Wow, first girl in Australia to do that.
Oh, well done, Allana Slater.
It's different than most teenagers. I haven't really had an outside life. You don't know another life. That is your life. Gymnastics is your life.
Allana's start to life was a pretty tough start. She had to have an emergency birth. Then she had sudden infant death syndrome, which is where her heart used to stop between 10 and 15 times a day. I always knew she was a kid that had a lot to dig deep to be able to push herself through. But when she lost her dad, there was a side of her that I really had never guessed at, the strength of character that she had.
In the Far East tonight, searchers are going over the debris of an airline crash that killed 234 people yesterday in Indonesia.
They still hadn't hit us yet that my father had been killed because we didn't know any details about the accident.
No one survived this crash, including the one Australian aboard the Garuda Airbus, 45-year-old Clive Slater.
I know I'll never forget telling her, because she just screamed, and I'll probably never forget the sound of that scream. Allana and I were actually in Colorado Springs in the USA at the time. She was competing in her very first international competition. I was just going to stay at home and let her have this experience by herself. And what's so incredibly weird is that Clive was really insistent that I went. Oh, thank God that I was there, because, you know, even though it's hard to be in a hotel room by myself, to get a phone call to say he died, sure, that was obviously very hard. But you know, if I hadn't have been there to be with her when she found out, that would have been 100 times harder.
Sort of feel that he's with me all the time, just looking over me. Although he's not here in person, he's still here spiritually with us. Even when I'm competing, I can feel he's helping me through the competition. My mum also can notice that I look more relaxed, and she thinks she's okay, her dad's with her.